Praveen? Are you able to hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Last class question ఇచ్చాను ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడలేదు ఎవరు ప్లీజ్ రోల్ నంబర్ 2 is available రోడ్ నంబర్ 2 ఏమ్మా ఓన్లీ 58 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు మిగిలిన లేరి రాజారావు 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 హలో స్వాతి
సార్
ఏమ్మా మాట్లాడవేమ్మా మీ పిల్లలు లేరని చెప్తుంటే మీరు నేను ఒక్కడిని నేర్చుకుంటుంటే మీరు మాట్లాడరు ఎవరు
ఏం లేదు ఇంకా 58 మెంబర్స్ వచ్చారు సార్ ఇంకా రాలేదు
అది సిఆర్ని అడగండి టైం ఎంత అయింది నేను రావడం అంటే 3 నిమిషాలు లేట్ అయింది మీకు కనెక్ట్ కాకుండా ఏం చేస్తున్నారు పిల్లలందరూ కూడా మోర్ దాన్ 50% రాకపోతే ఎట్లా అండి సురేంద్ర
సార్ ఇంకా యాడ్ అవ్వలేదు సార్ యాడ్ అవుతారు
సురేంద్ర గారు ఏమండి స్టూడెంట్స్ 58 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు 50 to 6 నేను మా ఇద్దరం తీసేస్తే ఫ్యాకల్టీని లేట్ అయిందా ఏంటి మనం ఇప్పుడు 12 o'clock అలా కాదుగా మీరు ముందు వదిలిపెట్టిన క్లాస్ ముందు లేట్గా వదిలిపెట్టారంటే ఏమన్నా అట్లయితే రీషెడ్యూల్ చేయండి అది ఓన్లీ తక్కువ మందికి వస్తే పాఠాలని చెప్తాం ఇంకా మనం నేను ఆపేస్తున్నాను మళ్ళీ నాకు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్తే నేను వస్తాను లేదు రాను ఇంకవేళ ఏంటండి వాళ్ళేమో టీసీఎస్ క్లాసెస్ పెట్టారు ప్రోగ్రామ్ పెట్టారు సిఆర్టీ క్లాసెస్ ఏమ్మా చేసండి సిఆర్ లేరు వాడు కనీసం వాడు రాజారావు మాట్లాడలేదు రాజారావు అయిపోయాడు 3 సప్పుడుగా 4-5 టైమ్స్ పిలిచాను నేను రాజారావుని ప్రవీణ్ పిలిచాను ఏంటి క్లాసులు ఏంటి మీరు
లేట్ గా కనెక్ట్ అయ్యింది సార్ మాది
మీది కనెక్ట్ అవడం సరేనా 58 మెంబర్స్ 56 ఉన్నారు ఇప్పుడు యాజ్ అన్ నౌ పార్టిసిపెంట్స్.
కనెక్ట్ అవుతా సార్, ఇందాక లేట్ అయింది సార్, ఇది కనెక్షన్ కొంచెం లేట్గా కనెక్ట్ అయింది.
సరే నేను వెయిట్ చేస్తాను, ఈ లోపు మీరు అందరు కనెక్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత నాకు కాల్ చేయండి, నాకు రీషెడ్యూల్ చేయండి టైం.
ఓకే సార్.
సార్ సార్ చెప్ప 58, 56, 57 అంటే 2 తీస్తే 55.
క్లాస్లో నోట్స్ లేదు. నెక్స్ట్ 402 కనపడండి ఒకసారి. 402 402
402 జాయిన్ అవ్వలేదు సార్.
రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ 403 403 is there or not?
ఉన్నారు సార్, 403 ఉన్నారు, మ్యూట్ లా ఉన్నారు సార్.
నిఖిల్
సార్ 408 సార్ నిఖిల్.
403 నిఖిల్, 408 కూడా నిఖిల్ ఉన్నాడా?
408 నిఖిల్ సార్, నేను 408 సార్ నాన్న.
మరి 403 ఎవరు? అలాడి నిఖిల్ ఎవరు?
తెలియదు
సారీ, ఇది వేరే సెక్షన్ ఓపెన్ చేశాను. ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే, ఇది నేను ఆ 403 అనిల్ కుమార్. అనిల్ కుమార్ ఇస్ దేర్? 403 ఏమో వచ్చాడు అనిల్?
403 ఉన్నాడు సార్.
అనిల్ మాట్లాడు. అనిల్
403 అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోమ్మా, మాట్లాడు.
లేడుమ్మా, ఉన్నాడు, ఎక్కడో పడేసిపోయి ఉంటాడు భోజనానికి. 403 నోట్ చేయమ్మా. 402 403 ఇద్దరు లేరు. నెక్స్ట్ 4
సార్.
ఏమ్మా ఎవరు?
నవ్య సార్.
ఎంత నెంబరు?
404.
నోట్స్ చూపించమ్మనేది, నోట్స్ చూపించు. మన లాస్ట్ ప్రాబ్లం చేయించాను, ఇది ఇచ్చాను, నంబర్ ఆఫ్ మోడ్స్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయమని లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో. ఏం తల్లి మాట్లాడవే, మ్యూట్ అయిపోయిందేంటి? దగ్గరగా నాకు ఎట్లా దీని నీ యొక్క నోట్స్ చూడటం ఎట్లా నీది? మేడం గారు
సార్
వాళ్ళు ఒక్కటే చూడటం ఎట్లా? ఒక్కటే ఎట్ట కనపడుతుంది? నోట్స్ లో మరి మీకు ఎట్ట కనపడుతుందో నాకైతే. రైట్, గుడ్. ప్రాబ్లం ఎంత వచ్చిందమ్మా ఆన్సర్ నవ్య?
సార్ 1.052.
ఇది నంబర్ ఆఫ్ మోడ్సా?
అవును సార్, ఎన్ఏ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్
న్యూమరికల్ అపర్చర్, అదే న్యూమరికల్ అపర్చరా ఎనియేనా నువ్వు చేసింది?
ఎన్ఏ సార్.
ఓకే, రెండో ప్రాబ్లం మోడ్స్ కూడా ఇచ్చినట్టుగా.
ఎస్ సార్.
ఓన్లీ 74 స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు క్లాస్లో అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 107. ఇవాళ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ మోడ్ ప్రాపగేషన్స్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ చెప్దామని, థియరీ అంతా కూడా చెప్దామని నేను అంతా కూడా ట్రై చేస్తే నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ లేకపోతే ఈ లెసన్ ఎట్లా చెప్పండి నేను ఇవాళ మరి? సరే, ఎవరు అదృష్టం వాళ్ళది. సరే, సో see here, today we'll explain the rectangular waveguide versus this wave propagation through the optical fibers. So in the previous class we discussed about the wave propagation. So and also we have different modes of propagation based on the angle of incidence and based on the structure of the fiber, and also numerical aperture, delta, and also on the core radius. So many factors are involved in it. So just it is a presentation here. The lateral shift is observed as in GH mode. In GH effect, the lateral shift is observed here. It is very clearly shown according to this figure. The solid lines here, the upper one U plus, and in the theta value here, and minima maxima. So the same U plus after reflection, it while reflecting, it is come to the other side. So the dotted line shows that the reflection. In this reflection, it is clearly shows that wave is laterally shifted by 180 degrees. So U plus and U minus. So this is, I want to explain the GH and also the lateral shift of the wave. So it is very, very important point. Whenever the light wave propagating through the fiber, it reflects on the core cladding interface, then the lateral shift is observed. So it is very important. And in connection with the previous class, I presented this slide here. Okay. So this is also explained in the last class, the one way of light propagating through the fiber. So very important point here is the velocity of the light propagating through the core versus its phase velocity and group velocity. You can see the standard velocity of light versus the refractive index is given here. So you see the wave velocity a generalized, a single particle will consider, and the phase velocity, whenever it reflects the core cladding interface, the phase velocity observed, here it is, phase velocity observed, and whenever a group of this type of optical path, optical rays incident and again reflected and again they are propagating. So it is a group of waves is propagating. Therefore, finally, the entire signal, maybe if you considered the sinusoidal half wave, that sinusoidal half wave, when it is in the given time interval, it enter into the fiber, so obtained a common velocity, a group velocity. So it is very clearly shown here. So here you can observe the wave velocity, a single instant of time. If we consider, we have a wave velocity. Whenever it reflects and at a core cladding interface, and again it propagating, therefore automatically, even though it entered in the same instant, there is a difference of velocity because of reflection. So the phase velocity also exists. So in the same case, so many reflections are, and after reflections and propagation, for the instant of incidence of the wave into the core, there is a group velocity. So therefore, it is very, very important here, the existence of wave velocity and phase velocity and as well as group velocity. So we have the optical fiber modes, already explained the single mode and multi-mode. So in the single mode fiber and how it will propagate on how in the multi-mode, how it propagate, I explained in the previous class. So as I told you, today we will discuss actually how the optical wave is similar to the analogous to the cylindrical wave, cylindrical guide. So we have a rectangular waveguide, similarly a cylindrical waveguide. So now the optical fiber is similar to the cylindrical waveguide. So as I discussed in the previous class, the normalized frequency and all, how they are all interlinked. So let us see a close look around this particular PPT. If you have any doubts on this particular one, you can ask me again and again, no problem. Or you can look at the textbooks, the optical fiber communications by John M. Senior, and also we have the Kaiser. So let us see the optical fiber as a cylindrical waveguide. So you considered different waveguide structures I explained here. So optical fibers, so easily fabricated the substance with some methods. So we will discuss this again and again. So some suboptical waveguide, buried optical waveguide, ridge optical waveguide, and these are all different modes, the types of fibers, manufacturing types, we will discuss. That's why I put this slide here. Now, the optical fiber as a cylindrical waveguide. So that is the topic here. We have the Maxwell equations. Del cross E is equal to minus j omega mu h. So this entire nearly 10 to 15 slides are there. Just at a glance, there is no need of deriving this again and again, but I want to show this. Actually, in the antenna wave propagation, you might learn this particular topic. Again, just a to refresh. Okay, I'm giving these slides to you. The thing is the optical fiber as a cylindrical waveguide. At the end of this particular presentation, not end of it, middle of the presentation, we can see the optical fiber wave, how it will link it to the cylindrical. So let us come to the generalized Maxwell equations, Curly equations. So I want to show again one more point I haven't added here. That is, whenever we apply some del or cross. So what happened? Del means divergence here and cross means so whenever we apply some curl on a two vectors, then a new projection or new vector will become with a left hand or screw rule. That means the entire signal is propagating in one direction. So E and H. So that's why the del cross H or del cross E are very prime expressions here. Upon applying E with the del cross means we have the propagation of wave in a three-dimensional way in a particular direction Z. So while it's propagating, we have the phase shift constant or propagation constant, and also the epsilon means permittivity of the free space. So these are all come into picture. So a non-contact region will be considered, and so this is del square E in a plane wave expression we obtained. After that, del cross E is expanded here. While expanding, we get del cross E is equal to, so similarly. So now, after expansion, we get equations 12 and 13. So similarly here, 14, 15, 16. From this, we can have expressions 8 and 9, that del square E and del square H. So those two are the wave equations in with respect to E and with respect to H. So accordingly, 17 and 18 are wave equations we obtained here for a rectangular waveguide. Actually, these are all rectangular waveguides. So how it is propagating means while it is propagating, so attenuation, and these are all another concepts. So while it is propagating, Ex along Ex Ex naught means the initial coefficient e to the power of minus p, means here it is beta, actually beta Z, and we after substituting what we get here, these are all some methods. Just refreshing sake I am giving this, so you can easily remember those expressions. So we differentiate and we concluded, finally substituting of all things, we concluded that Ex, Ey, similarly Er and Hx and Hy. So up to this slide, from equations 1 to 36 I derived here. So separate notes is there for this. If you anybody request that, I will share you, okay, entirely the rectangular waveguide, but it is not at all related to us. Just to brush up these points, I shown this PPT. So similarly, shall I show this again? Anybody? Is it okay, or shall I continue? Shall I repeat this PowerPoint? Please, Naveen, are you there? Rajarao?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Naveen. ఒకసారి చూడు, మీరు అర్థమైందా నేను చెప్పింది? అంటే రెక్టాంగులర్ వేవ్ గైడ్ ని మనం ఎలా డెరివైవ్ చేసాము అనే దానికోసం ఈ స్లైడ్ వేసాను. మీకు తెలుస్తుందో చూసారా? మీకు మళ్ళీ ఇంకొకసారి చూడండి ఇక్కడి నుంచి. సో మ్యాక్స్వెల్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ నుంచి హౌ వి డెరైవ్ అనేది ఇంకొకసారి అంటే గ్లాన్స్ కోసం చూపించాను. గుర్తొచ్చినాయి ఏమన్నాను రాజారావు?
సార్
ఇవన్నీ గుర్తొస్తున్నాయా ఎక్కడన్నా?
సార్
గుర్తొస్తున్నాయా?
మీరే ఎస్ సార్ గుర్తొస్తుంది.
గుడ్. అంటే ఇవన్నీ కూడాను మనం ఈ నోట్స్ కూడా మీకు అప్పుడు ఇచ్చాము. ఇదంతా కూడాను మనం డెరైవ్ చేసాం. ఎందుకని అంటే ఈజెడ్ హెచ్జెడ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్ కోసం మనం డెరైవ్ చేసాం. నౌ విత్ దిస్ లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో మీకు చెప్పాను, నేను అంతకుముందు ఒకసారి చెప్పడం ట్రై చేశాను. ఇది అంటే ఏమవుతుంది, వీ హ్యావ్ టీ అండ్ టీఎం మోడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాపగేషన్. అసలు దీని ప్రకారం ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్ ప్రకారం ఏమవుతుంది, మనం టీ అండ్ టీఎం మోడ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాపగేషన్స్ మనకు వచ్చినాయి చెప్పి వి డిసైడెడ్ దట్. సో కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, వెన్ ఎవర్ there are several types of modes of propagation that an electromagnetic wave guide in a guide can follow. So there is we have T and TM modes. So avi kakunda we have EH and also HE modes. These are the hybrid modes. So, but in a free space electromagnetic wave, as actually it travels through a TEM wave. So, both E and H have the components in z direction. Then it is called as a hybrid mode. So, therefore, HE and EH modes are there here. When E is predominant, that is HE mode, EH mode, and H is predominant, that it is a HE mode. So, I try to explain this with this particular figure in the previous classes. So again now there should be some clarity, little clarity, not maybe more. If you involve in this deeply, then you can more understanding. So electromagnetics is the subject is like that only. Anyhow, I want to clarify this. So whenever you see the rectangular waveguide expressions, how we solved this. So similarly here also we have you have different hybrid modes of propagations are there in the optical fiber. So you can hear this is another type of presentation. That means here initial presentation is how to correlate the optical fiber communications or this signal propagating through the waveguide, that is a core. So that is one type of explanation with the help of rectangular waveguide. So that is one aspect. So this is another type of presentation, the same concept with the help of a dielectric slab. Because why it is called a dielectric slab? Because core is the solid glass and cladding also a solid with the other material other than glass here, cladding having the refractive index N1 and N2. Now this is nothing but a dielectric slab. So dielectric slab means it is directly, you can observe here a rectangular waveguide is actually a hollow conducting walls. Inside this hollow, that is that we are discussing every time. If that hollow area is filled with some gas or filled with something, then we have attenuations or variation. We observe so many that type of concepts. So the attenuation will change. So automatically here, this inside this rectangular waveguide, something we filled means, so the permittivity and permeabilities are changed. That's it. So permeability changes is nothing but happen if you place a dielectric slab. Dielectric slab means it is not a non-conducting material. So Here glass also non-conducting material. Now this particular dielectric slab we can assume. So according to that, a dielectric slab is given here. You now analyze the propagation of light through the core as a dielectric slab. So this is that type of figure here. I am showing this. So again, same similar jet propagation, uniform coordination along y-axis, and also some critical angle, total reflection takes place, waves launched, small angles suffer partial refraction to the cladding, and eventually the power in the core region will disappear for sufficiently long wave guides. So these are all the generalized analysis. So whenever the light enter into the cladding, that will be wasting. So here, see, very, very important, while there is a propagation under one reflection, the first figure, the cladding penetration is less. You can see here. Actually, I try to explain with the help of the blackboard. See here. సో కనపడుతుందా ఇమ్మా లిల్లీ జాయ్ ఉందా ఈ పాప ఈ క్లాస్ ఏనా
Yes, sir.
కనపడుతుందా
Yes,
పోనీ
sir.
పోనీ రైట్ రైట్ సో actually this is a mode field diameter. Already I explained this. Whenever a signal here, dear students, here very important point is you have to think that every time when a signal means generally we have a sinusoidal wave, the electrical in nature, electrical. So what it means, here it is the amplitude of some other voltage V or some I with the time axis, some time axis. Now the instantaneous values here, this particular one is the amplitude may be measured with voltage or current or power, whatever it is. Similarly, we have the vector notation. In the vector notation, we represented in polar form or vector form some V. V means some vector, like that we represent. Now that is the electrical representation. In our opticals, we measured or we considered the optical energy. The optical energy has only the intensity, and that optical power with that intensity variations. Now this is the maximum intensity variation at that particular point. Now here with this maximum intensity, it is propagating, means it is propagating. So when the light is coupled into the fiber, so maybe of various modes it is propagating. When the light is propagating only along the axial lines like this, only along the axial line, there is no reflection at all, then the maximum power you can see, you can write here like this. You can show here like. So the light or optical signal is propagating within the core itself. Within the core itself, it is not reflected into the cladding at all. But whenever there is a reflection concept, and whenever it is a meridial rays of propagation. Meridial means the optical ray which cuts the axial rays, axial lines. So always reflects. While it reflecting, while it propagating, it will intersect the axial lines. Then they are called meridial rays. In the meridial ray propagation, what happens? So we have various modes here. That means now the mode concept is coming to picture. Now, so if the signal is lost like this, so here it is entering to the cladding portion. Now this portion is entering the cladding. Here also this portion is entering the cladding. Now it is a loss. Okay. While entering into the core, if based on the angle of incidence, now we may have, now it is analogous to in the figure it is shown that is electrical field. Now the electrical field means we are not sending any electric field here, but it is represented in the electric field means some intensity of light. So analogous to that, that's why the figure shows like that. Okay. Now it can have different modes. If it have different modes means, so now you can see here it is one mode of propagation. Whenever there is zeros at this, now the mode numbers are increases. So when there is no zero, that is something is penetrated into the fiber, into the cladding. So here we can see here something is so here what happens, only two zeros here, and the third, these are not in the core, and it is penetrated to this and this to this. So there are different mode of propagation, and the power is lost in the cladding. So it is called leaky modes. So now you can see the wave equation in step index fibers. With this, we can see clearly step index fibers. It is somewhat easy for us to explain with the step index. Okay. Now coming to this. Now coming to this, the attenuation. Say similarly, how the wave is flattened here, T0, how it is flattened. So you can see very clearly here, whenever the core and cladding interface, so it is not entering means it is confined to the waveguide. Otherwise, there is some loss, attenuation. So these figures we will explain later. So similarly, if you see, just now I explained this with the help of board here, penetrating the blue line within the feed, and whereas in the red line means it is penetrated to the spill over into the cladding. So decay exponentially, and it shows that there is a loss. Here why it is a TE mode means if it is confined to that, it is a TE mode. If it is not confined, then the mode is number is variation. So TE some 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 like that. So similarly, the Maxwell equations for the optical waveguide can be explained with the help of the expressions del cross E and del cross H. Similarly, we have the E and H are also given with the help of exponential terms, j of omega t minus beta z. You know, omega is angular frequency and beta is phase shift constant, sorry, propagation constant, right? So when we substituting this, we have, this is the cylindrical electromagnetic wave in the fiber. So E and H for the cylindrical wave. Now analogous to the rectangular, we coming to the cylindrical wave coordinate system. In the cylindrical coordinate system, you know R, phi and Z, where R is the radius of the cylinder and Z is the propagation direction and phi is the, which angle? It is the azimuthal angle, elevation angle and azimuthal angle. So azimuthal angle is nothing but having the sweep arrow in the base, sweep, it is sweep in the base. So phi. So phi varies but from between 0 to 2 pi now here. So similarly here we have E is equal to the initial wave representation R comma phi, it is varying with R comma phi, and R with the radius, that is at the core actual light ray, its value is E naught is maximum. When it tends to A, R tends to A, small r tends to A, its value is decreasing. So similarly phi. So based on the angle of incidence, based on the angle of incidence, based on the angle of incidence, so you can see here, if it is the fiber core, whenever the light ray incident here, so let us, there should be some difference here. So from here to like this, like this, we can use, say from here to, so it may be 0, pi by 2, so pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. So in this 4 coordinates. So now whenever the light incident here, so it will reflects and go on like this, right? Whenever somewhere here it incident means around 5 between 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. So phi angle is varying. So now this is one mode of propagation. Now it is propagating like this. So automatically what happens? Based on R radius, based on R radius and phi, based on phi, the resultant E field strength is varying and it is propagating along the Z direction, along Z direction. So e to the power of j omega t minus beta z. So when beta means propagation constant in the direction of z, for each and every reflection here and here and here, what happens? The phase shift constant is varying, beta. While when it is varying means it is depend on phase shift constant. Propagation constant is different from phase shift constant. So where phase shift constant sometimes it can be represented with the letter k, where k is equal to 2 pi by lambda. So this is very important term, you have to remember this k. Now it is very beautiful. The subject here is, beauty of subject is here, for every reflection at the instant of time, for every reflection there is a path difference included automatically, phase shift variation and automatically propagation constant changes. There is a relation between based on omega, angular frequency. Here omega means based on lambda, and radius of the core, and refractive index core, refractive index of cladding, and whatnot. Z direction, while it is propagating in the Z direction. So these are all the parameters. The complexity is more. Similarly, phi also one of the varying parameter here. So R varies, lambda varies, and N1, N2 obviously varies, phi varying here. And also one more point is, just I explained that, the phase shift. So based on the incidence, it reflects somewhere, and we are getting phase shift variations. Whenever the phase shift is varying, means the wave enters ఏమా వినపడుతుందా? సడన్ గా కట్ అయింది. ఎనీబడి ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్.
ఆడిబుల్ సార్.
ఇందాక ఎందుకని ఆగిపోయింది? నా ప్రాబ్లమా? ఇది ఏమైంది? అందరికీ పోయిందా?
అందరికీ ఆగింది సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు పర్లేదా?
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే సార్.
1 minute పవర్. సో ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఏం కనపడుతోంది? ఇప్పుడు షేర్ స్క్రీన్, పవర్ పాయింట్ కనపడుతోందా? ఏమ్మా అమ్మా?
పవర్ పాయింట్ కనిపించట్లేదు సార్.
బోర్డు కనపడుతోందిగా. పవర్ పాయింట్ షేర్ చేద్దాం. రైట్, బోర్డు కనపడుతోందా ఇప్పుడు? రైట్. సో ఇంకొకసారి మీరు ప్లీజ్ లిసన్ టు మీ హియర్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. Just now, these are all the terms. What I am trying to say is, so the complexity of the optical signal propagating through the fiber core is very, very important. The complexity, even though the complexity is there, okay, no problem. We didn't fear about it. But as a learner, we have to consider which points we have to consider. You have to know that. So, okay, really, when you want to go deeper into that, it is always there is a knowledge trust. You can see various books for the reference. But in this point of contest, as per the syllabus, I try to give all these informations. How complexity is here. No. Even though if you complexity, we can go through it. So what are the various points here we have to consider? Means the wave velocity, group velocity, phase velocity, and group velocity, how they are occurred. The wave velocity means The wave has a single wave if we consider there as a velocity. When it reflects based on the wave propagation, that is,
క్లాస్ అయిపోయింది అనుకున్నా ఇందే కంటిన్యూ అవుతుంది మళ్ళీ.
ఎవరిది అవుతుంది? హలో, ఎవరు మాట్లాడింది? నేను టైం చూసుకోలేదు. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ వచ్చేసారా ఏంటి?
మహేష్ మ్యూట్ లో ఉంది సార్, మీరు
కంటిన్యూ చేస్తారు.
కంటిన్యూ చేస్తున్నారు సార్.
ఏమా?
4th అవర్ కంటిన్యూ చేస్తా అన్నారు కదా సార్.
సరే సరే, అట్లయితే 1 to 2 చేసేద్దాం.
ఓకే సార్.
2 to 3 అయిపోద్దా? సరే, నో ప్రాబ్లం, చేద్దాం.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Right. So here, in between, where I stuck here. So the propagation of the wave in the cylindrical waveguide. So wave velocity and phase velocity, as the light rays are not only propagating through the axial line, they are also like a meridional rays of propagation. Similarly, skew rate of propagation. So based on at various core cladding interfaces or middle of the core, it can be incident. So based on the incidence, we have some path difference, and ultimately we have some phase difference is observed. So that's why we have a phase velocity for the given angle of for the given instant of time, and also wave velocity. Phase velocity, wave velocity, phase velocity, and group velocity. So sorry, I will share this PPT again. Right. Now you can see. So what is the previous slide? So now we are here. You can see E is equal to E naught of R comma phi of e to power of j omega t minus beta z. Similarly, H is equal to. Now the wave equation for this cylindrical wave equation is dou square E z by dou R square plus this. You had to note down this particular wave equation. Sometimes we are using this 1 by R into dou Ez by dou R plus 1 by R square dou square Ez by dou phi square plus some Q square into Ez. Right, is equal to 0. Now, see, if the boundary conditions do not lead to coupling between the field components, mode solutions can be obtained in which either E or H is equal to 0. So then Ez is equal to 0, it is called transverse electric modes, and if it is Ez is equal to 0, it is called transverse magnetic field. So it is TM, TE modes. Similarly, we have the modes are existing, which is non-zero modes. They are called hybrid modes. The hybrid modes are designated as the HE or EH modes, depending on the HZ or HG, makes a longer contribution to the electric field. Already I explained that in the first slides, and again I am giving in writing here very important points. So the fact that the hybrid modes are present in optical waveguides makes their analysis more complex. So as I explained, R, phi, N1, N2, that is a numerical aperture, and also the phase, and so many. So now with all the methods, it is impossible to analyze all these things. Therefore, we use the separation of variables method. The equation is there, dou square Ez by dou r square plus so on and so on, so forth. That is the cylindrical wave equation. We are discussed this for the step index. We use the separation of variable method to get the solution. So that is Ez is a solution. So let Ez is the field strength. Here we have to think that why we take a E. So we need some notation to follow. Here E is nothing but here electric field. It can be seems to like that, sounds like that, but actually E is a some quantity which resembles the optical signal. So in the form of field strength, that's it. Here field, not only electric field, don't think like that, because we are using that E. So Ez is equal to A, some coefficient. Here it is a similar to the amplitude coefficient, A, some constant, F1, function of F1. So it is based on R, small r, it based on small r, and also based on phi, based on Z, and based on T. So 4 variables. Now, here the time and Z factors are given by, first we considered some F3 and F4. So Z and T are, F3 and F4 are based on are given by e to the power of j omega t minus beta z. So it is a, since the wave is sinusoidal in time and propagates in z direction. So here the circular symmetry of the waveguide is there. Therefore, circular symmetry is there. That means phi is in terms of 0 to 2 pi. So increased by 2 pi. So every 2 pi, again we have a symmetry. That's why it assumes as a periodic function in the form of F2. So F2 of phi is equal to e to the power of j nu phi. Some nu is another parameter here, nu phi. So the constant u can be positive or negative, but it must be integer since the fields must periodic in phi with the period of 2 pi. So substituting equation of F2. So this is the equation F2 here to the power of, now it is substituting for E. Now the equation, cylindrical coordinate equation, now simplified into another equation, cylindrical waveform, other equation in terms of F1. So it is clearly, you have to catch that point. Cylindrical wave equation now rewritten in the form of F1. Now this is a differential equation for a Bessel function. So this expression now in this, here the homogeneous core, that means homogeneous is the word here of using the for the glass fiber. So any fiber core, the same material, homogeneous core. It is very important why we are calling as a homogeneous core means, if it is non-homogeneous means there are the clusters is forming inside the core and automatically the light cannot be propagate properly because of variation in the refractive index. Whenever there is a variation in the refractive index, the signal will not propagate, isn't it? Now, we consider a homogeneous core of refractive index N1 and radius A, which is surrounded by the infinite cladding of refractive index N2. So now this is the expression. Now it has to be solved as any ordinary second order differential equation. So there are again two cases we can observe here. Case 1 means inside the core and case 2 is outside the core. When inside the core means the signal is propagating properly without any loss. Outside the core, if some signal is there, means it is leaky modes. That is, signal is attenuated there. That is a very important point. So as I told that, so inside this, the maximum means for guided mode must be remain finite as R is equal to 0. That means at the center, exactly at center. And whereas outside the solutions must be means R is infinity. What is R is infinity means at the limit of some radius. It may be a radius of A. So that's why you see here R less than A. R less than A. So I think it is no need of giving this again. Anyhow, I will try to draw this once again. Even though it is self-explanatory, just I want to clarify this. So at center, R is equal to 0. So when it is infinity, what is infinity? R is infinity means when it is infinity. So when it is infinity means R is infinity means here like this. Somewhere here, somewhere far away. What is the far away means? Here only the point is here. Considered point is up to A. That is up to radius. So beyond that is also infinity. So that's why cladding region is considered as infinity. Isn't it? Cladding region is considered as infinity. Now, for R less than A, so that is now you are coming to the point. R less than A, that is inside the core. Now we apply the Bessel functions for the first kind of order nu. Now here we consider the nu as a one more constant parameter here inside this. The previous slide you can see here nu square by R square, dou square f1 by dou R square plus 1 by R, dou f1 by dou R plus some q square minus nu square by R square of f1 is equal to 0, where nu is a new constant, some constant. So Bessel function is used here in the first kind of order nu. So for these functions we use the common some designation J, Bessel function of nu. So some Bessel function nu. So J nu. So now nu can be now after that 0, 1, 2, 3 like that 0, J0, J1, J2 like that we are using, and some more new variable, some new variable is coming to picture u, where u is nothing but u square is equal to k1 square minus beta square. Now u is another term similar to your say for example in transmission lines you can say some omega square is equal to square root of beta square minus some constant. So where beta is a phase shift constant and the attenuation constant alpha. So now if you remember that gamma is equal to square root of omega square minus some beta square. So this is the relation exactly. Now if I remember correctly, omega square minus beta square. So this is gamma, where gamma is the phase shift constant. So here gamma is equal to square root of omega square minus beta square. So like that u square is the new term now in the optical fiber communications. Nu square. We are not at concluded here. Now we are at Bessel function simplifications. Bessel function, we are taking the solution of dou square f1 by dou R square. So the Bessel function, in this another term u is included here. In this u square is equal to k1 square minus beta square, where k1 is nothing but phase shift constant. What is k? Phase shift constant. Phase shift means 2 pi by lambda. So 2 pi by lambda. And particularly k is nothing but phase shift constant including the refractive index. So refractive index 1. So that's why K is a special one. So K1 is equal to N1. So 2 pi by lambda is the path difference into N1. So now it is a new phase shift constant. Okay. So K1 square minus beta square. Now these two are similar type of constants, that is propagation constants like that. ఇంకొకసారి జస్ట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ దట్ ఇవన్నీ ఏమిటి ఇవన్నీ కూడాను అని అంటే ఇప్పుడు వంకాయల్లోంచి వంకాయలు తీసేయగలుగుతాం, డబ్బులోంచి డబ్బులు తీయగలుగుతాం. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ కే బీటా అనేది ఏం చెప్పుకున్నాం మనం అంటే సమ్ ప్రాపగేషన్ కాన్స్టెంట్ వర్డ్, సమ్ ప్రాపగేషన్ కాన్స్టెంట్. సో కే కూడా ప్రాపగేషన్ కాన్స్టెంట్ అయితే కదా మనం డివైడ్ చేయగలిగేది, మైనస్ చేయగలిగేది. కాబట్టి K1 also one mode of some constant, which is nothing but gives the propagation constant term. So in that now similarly now I have to again share a more. So here EZ, next slide, in the previous slide is the right expressions for EZ and HZ inside the core are thus. Inside the core EZ and HZ, no need of HZ actually, we can anyhow you can see EZ less than A or less than A, here constant, some constant A into J nu of UR e to the power of, so this is the new solution for this. So where A and B are arbitrary constants. Outside the core solution, so this is outside core solution is omega square is equal to beta square minus K2 square, where K2 is the 2 pi N2 by lambda. So when inside the core it is N1, inside the core it is N1, outside the core means it is N2. That's why outside the core omega square is equal to some beta square minus K2 square. So there are two terms are included here. One is U square term, another one is omega square term. Two terms are included here, and K1 and K2. So where K1 is inside the core 2 pi N2 N1 by lambda, where K2 is outside the core 2 pi N2 by lambda. So these are the two terms included here. And now again, outside the core, we have R greater than A. R greater than A means another two arbitrary constants are included here. And again, we do the same thing. We do the same thing. Now, two more expressions we have. So outside the core. So the automatically, so up to B or beyond B. Up to B means diameter of cladding, beyond B infinity. So there is a complete outside. So this is some conditions. Now when the signal is propagating properly, there is no loss, then it is TE10. There is another mode of propagation TE1. Similarly, another mode of propagation TE2. So these are all different modes example, mode of propagation examples. Now it is very, very important here. Now we got one particular condition. That condition is when the wave is propagating through the fiber core. Definitely the entire signal should be in the core. Otherwise, unless if it is entered into the cladding, so when it is entered into the cladding, so that we have to take this so please note down this. I want to explain this with the help of the board itself. It is not possible to show this entire thing on the PowerPoint slide. It is required to note down in your notes. Please carefully listen and note down this. In core, you have the expression U square is equal to K1 square minus beta square. Isn't it? So in around the core, this is inside core, and around core we have omega square is equal to beta square minus K2 square. Now, here cutoff condition. I am expecting that everybody is noting down. The cutoff condition here is K1 if it is far greater than beta and to be real inside the core. That means U must be real. I given there. Actually, K1 far greater than beta and it to be real inside the core, and that means U must be real. So the boundary condition for the allowed range of beta, is given by the expression. Please note down this N1K. You think is it క్లియర్ కనపడుతుందా? తప్పులు లేకుండా నోట్ చేసుకోండి. కొంచెం ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది అక్కడ, అయినా సరే ఇంకోసారి చెప్తున్నాను. అక్కడ ఉన్నది లెస్ దాన్ లో ఉంది, నేను గ్రేటర్ దాన్ లో రాస్తున్నాను, అందుకనే 2 కేసెస్ చూస్తారని. సో హియర్ అక్కడ ఉన్న చూసుకోండి, లేదంటే మీరు నేను చేస్తున్నాను చూడండి. N1 కనపడుతుంది క్లియర్ గా. N1K 1 N1K is equal, not K1, K is equal to K1 greater than or equal to beta greater than or equal to K2 is equal to N2K. Is equal to N2K. So this is the expression. అక్కడ లెస్ దాన్ లో రాసింది, ఇక్కడ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ లో రాశాను. N1K is equal to K1 greater than beta greater than equal to K2 is equal to N2K. Clearly, what is k? Already da cheppanu. What is k? 2 pi by lambda into n1. Say into n. So suppose k1 n1. You can see this can be written as n1 omega by c. How we write this? Anybody? How we write this? 2 pi by lambda into n1 is equal to n1 into omega by c. You see what is there here? 2 pi by lambda is converted into omega by c. Because lambda is nothing but c, velocity of light, and frequency. So frequency converted into omega. So now ఎవరమ్మా
కావాలంటూ
మా మ్యూట్ లో పెట్టండి అమ్మా ఎవరు n1 omega by c. Very important here. Now there is a small an expression here. We know velocity is nothing but c by n1. You know, refractive index is nothing but velocity of light by velocity of the light in the medium, or n1 by c is equal to 1 by v1. Here velocity in terms of free space propagation, square root mu naught or mu epsilon. If you remember that, mu epsilon. Gurtunda? V is equal to 1 by root of mu epsilon, where mu is the propagation, the permeability and permittivity. Here, if it is 1, now here there is no magnetic conditions. That's why mu naught. And for the refractive index of n1, epsilon can be written as epsilon 1. Therefore, this n1 by c can be written as square root of mu naught epsilon. That is the important point here, epsilon 1. I didn't give in the slide. Okay. Please note down here. V1 is equal to c by n1. You know, or n1 by c is equal to 1 by v1. But v, as per the free space propagation, this v is nothing but 1 by square root of mu naught epsilon. Okay, some mu epsilon. Where mu in the optical fibers, mu is the permeability of the free space. Here, no magnetic field conditions. That's why it can be mu naught. And epsilon 1 is nothing but refractive index 1. So now n1 by c is equal to 1 by v1 is equal to, now it is considered as mu naught c, epsilon 1. That is very, very important point. Now inside the core, one more point we have to note down here. Inside the core, K1 is equal to inside the core, K1 is equal to 2 pi n1 by lambda is equal to, or here ikkada rastanu, K1 is equal to omega into square root of mu naught epsilon 1. That's it. So this is the K1. Similarly, outside the core, now up to here inside core means you are discussing about k1 square minus beta square tau. Now, outside the core, when coming to outside the core, omega square is equal to beta square minus k2 square. Outside the core means omega square is equal to beta square minus k2 square. Isn't it? Omega square beta square minus k2 square. Now, here, what is k2? K2 is equal to, similar to that, 2 pi by lambda into n2. Now, again here also, k2 is nothing but omega into square root of mu naught epsilon 2. So, similar to the k1. So, ఇప్పుడు కేస్ 1 నోట్ చేయండి. కేస్ 1. When, please note down here, anybody please respond to me. వినపడుతుందా? నోట్ చేసుకోవాలి ఇక్కడ. నేను it is not possible for me to show this, to write this in the PPT here. I didn't give in the case, here the cases I didn't give. Please note down. ఎవరన్నా మాట్లాడినప్పుడు ఎవరన్నా? రాజారావు
సార్
నోట్ చెప్పనా? నేను వినపడుతోందా? నోట్ చేసుకుంటారా?
నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాను సార్.
ఎవరో ఒకళ్ళు ఊ కొట్టండి. K1, case 1, Kn2 less than beta. Less than beta. Omega is real and finite. Omega is real and finite. That is the condition. The field strength, electric or magnetic field strength, decay exponentially as R increases in the cladding. As R increases in the cladding. R means radius of this core. R increases in the cladding. That is, the energy confined into the core. Full stop. For beta is equal to Kn1. For beta is equal to Kn1. Kn1. Energies is well confined in the core. And energy is well confined in the core, and frequency are far from cutoff. And case 2. Kn2 is equal to beta. Kn2 is equal to beta. యాక్చువల్గా ప్రీవియస్ కేసు మన అక్కడ 6th పాయింట్లో కనబడే ఈక్వేషన్ మొత్తం గురించి మాట్లాడుతాం అనమాట మనం విడివిడిగా ఏ మొక్క మొక్క. కేస్ 2 చెప్పనా రాజారావు? నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నారో లేదో మరి. గర్ల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎవరన్నా ఒక రెస్పాండ్ ఇవ్వండి అమ్మా. ఏమ్మా గర్ల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎవరైనా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వండి వాళ్ళన్నా? ఏమ్మా నోట్ చేస్తున్నారా?
ఎస్ సార్, నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం సార్.
ఎవరు మాట్లాడింది?
లావణ్య సార్.
లావణ్య, గుడ్ గుడ్. సో kn2 is equal to beta and omega is equal to 0. And this condition is called cutoff condition, cutoff frequency condition. In this, energy is not confined to the core. Energy is not confined to the core, but in the cladding, electromagnetic field is in brackets not decaying, decaying, brackets close, but propagation as plane wave. Full stop. Star పెట్టుకొని ఇక్కడ వినపడుతుందండి? ఒకసారి మాట్లాడండి. ఎవరన్నా మళ్ళీ కట్ అయిపోయినట్టుంది.
సార్ ఆడిబుల్ గానే ఉంది సార్.
ఇది ఎందుకని మళ్ళీ అట్లా కట్ అవుతుంది? ఎప్పుడూ లేదు నాకు ఇది క్లాస్ అయిపోయేటప్పుడు. ఇది ఒకసారి పీపీటీ షేర్ చేస్తాను. Now, so first point is okay, confined to the core. Second point ఏమవుతుంది? Existence of the signal in the cladding. So third point, case 3. Kn2, case 3, Kn2 is greater than beta. So first less than beta is equal to beta, greater than beta. So here omega is imaginary. Omega is imaginary. The frequency of propagation is below the cutoff frequency. Frequency of propagation is below the cutoff frequency. And the solution is oscillatory, and the solutions are oscillatory. And it exists in the cladding. That is, radiation modes are formed. Radiation modes are formed. Radiation modes are formed. In brackets, more loss. More loss. Radiation modes are formed. In brackets, more or high loss. High loss. So, this is the condition. సో సిలిండ్రికల్ వేవ్ గైడ్ అట్ సొల్యూషన్స్. యాక్చువల్లీ సొల్యూషన్స్ మొత్తం కూడా చేయొచ్చు మనం చక్కగా. ఏబిసిడి సొల్యూషన్స్ అని చేసి లైక్ ఏ రెక్టాంగిల్ వేవ్ గైడ్లో మనం ఎలా అయితే మనం ఈక్వేషన్స్ని డ్రా చేసేసి సైన్ కాస్ట్లో యూ హ్యావ్ ది సొల్యూషన్స్. ఇఫ్ యూ డ్రా దట్ చక్కగా మనం టీఈ టీఎం మోడ్స్ ఎలా అయితే డ్రా చేసామో అలా యూ కెన్ డ్రా దిస్ ఆల్సో హియర్. వీ కెన్ డ్రా. ఐ విల్ షో ది 1 or 2 examples here also. So now this is the mode equation. ఆల్రెడీ దీన్ని కొంచెం నేను ఎలాబరేట్ చేసి మీతో ఇప్పుడు చెప్పాను. యాక్చువల్గా ఇంకా దీన్ని స్టిల్ మోర్ ఇఫ్ యూ excuse me, if you see, want to analyze this, it is called as a modal equation. Actually it is not yet completed. Our work is not completed. Actually in this point of junction we discussed these different cases, K1 cases 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. So out of that mu square and omega square are discussed here. So we substitute all these things again in the in the equation with F1. There we substitute. So just I show once again here. So here this one, if you see the equation F1 and here, with this we have a solution omega square mu square. Now again these values you substitute in the expression and we can solve for F2 and F3, called as a transcendental equation. Transcendental. So it is very important. Here I given this transcendental. This IV, what is this అనేది ఇక్కడ సొల్యూషన్ లో ఇచ్చాము. ఇక్కడ ఇఫ్ యూ అగైన్ ఈ రేంజ్ ఆఫ్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ ని మనం ఈ కండిషన్స్ తో సాల్వ్ చేస్తే we have another results. So with this we can apply this step index to the grade index also. So very huge analysis is there. If anybody you are interested here, lot more explanation is there, lot more. In chat box anybody is given something? Okay, a lot more explanation is there with this. Now actually where nu is a new constant, new. Now with the help of the described modes, so we shall first examine the behavior of J type Bessel functions. So J Bessel functions, so these are plotted in figure. So for the first 3 orders, so in this we have the first 3 orders, whatever nu is equal to 0, when it reaches to the 0 value, as I explained, whenever the signal strength having properly 0, then we have the mode propagation. So first in nu is equal to 0, whenever it touches the axis here, x line, that is j of x 0.246 or up to 1, here we have negative. In this the Bessel function, when it reaches to the first touches the 0 here, then that particular value is called as V number. That V number is given as 2.405. Please note down that. In the running notes, please note down that. Whenever the new 0 curve first touches the J0 line, then that means up to that you have the power is confined to the core. Now again, when it reaches, again when we observe yet after 5 below 6, we can observe the 0 value, and again after that it touches here, somewhere here. So similarly, when n is equal to mu is equal to 1, it first touches the j naught value, j naught x-axis, that is j at 0 x-axis, it is touches less than 4. So similarly, for nu is equal to 2, it touches after 4. So before, less than 4 and after 4. So the different mode propagations we observe. So for nu is equal to 0, we are obtaining a special term V number, where V number is 2 pi by lambda into A. A is the radius of the core, into square root of n1 square and n2 square. So now that V number is nothing but this value. Okay. Now you can continue this our explanation. You have nu is equal to 0, nu is equal to 0 for nu is equal to 0. Now we are getting here j naught, for j naught. Now here it is 2 point something. There is a straight line we drawn here, and this particular region is called as HE mode region. So it is HE11 mode. So when the entire signal is confined to the core, when the entire signal is confined to the core, then it is HE mode propagation. Even though after that also, after 2.405 also, the magic number, V number 2.405 also, we have some values. So those are all different modes. So this way LP01 mode up to 2.405, it is a LP01 mode. After that, when it touches J naught touches again the next minimum here, somewhere here. So we'll try to pointer option, highlighter, red, here, up to here. So first here, please listen carefully. So this is the first one, 2.405. Next again, it is in the negative term, negative axis. Now it is, there is no use here. So some of the modes are there. For the J naught, these are all negative modes. Should not conclude this. Again, when we get, so in this region, so after 4 point something to 8 point something, we are getting. So here we have LP12 and LP03. These are the modes propagating through the fiber. Similarly, when J is 1, so this is J is 1, here J is 1. So now this is second wave. If too many waves are there, it is confusing here. This is second wave. In the second wave, when it reaches to the first minima 0, so here it reaches. So in between we have, for J is equal to 1, we have some modes of propagations. So that is HE, TM01 and TE01. So this similarly TE12, HE12. So these are the modes in this up to here, and so on and so forth. Once again, up to my satisfaction, again I try to show this with this graph, with this you can see somewhere. So here, for my satisfaction, again I will try to say that for case 1, what is case 1? KN2 less than beta. What is case 2? Beta is equal to KN2. What is case 3? What is case 3? KN2 greater than beta. So first case, confined to the core. Second case, enter into the cladding and propagating like a plane wave. What is case 3? Enter into the cladding but decay. So eta, and similarly we have nu, equation nu. Now with this, whenever the signal is enter into the fiber based on the N1, N2 numerical aperture, small r, phi, and also based on the type of fiber, step index fiber and gradient index fiber, we are discussing the step index fiber. In this, N1 is constant throughout the core. Now, based on R and phi, the signal, Bessel functions are, we derived that. The signal will follow that type of analysis. So, already shown in the graph. Okay. So, we have various modes of propagations are coming to picture. Various modes of propagations. So, leaky modes and propagating modes. Now we can see it is given in the book. So LP01, here exact mode is nothing but HE11. So LP11, so HE, so this one. So these are all different modes for the step index fiber. So if you see some wave numbers, with wave numbers, say the solution for E related to y-axis is given here. Okay, why I shown here means so you can x greater than a, so less than a and greater than a, and also less than a. So these are three numbers. So these are boundary conditions for actually transcendental equation. I explained here already. I show the word here transcendental. This equation, after substituting everything, we obtain the solutions. So these are the solutions. Fine. So with this cos and sine terms, you can draw the figure. So by substitutions, these values, and these are the some dispersion curves. What is the time now? You have the class. Sorry, time is only. So with this, I will conclude. Just I explained already. These are all different modes. You can draw here. So here, you can draw here. Okay. When you go draw chesam. Now this is the V number. Now here the V number is coming to picture. Where V number is nothing but U square plus omega square of A square. So this is the V number. గుర్తొచ్చిందా మీకు? నేను చెప్పాను V number మనం derive చేయొచ్చు అని. సో అది U square plus omega square of A square is equal to V square అన్నమాట. So we simplified this and we obtained 2 pi A by lambda whole square into n1 square minus n2 square. Similarly, B is the another number, another propagation constant. It is also normalized propagation constant. Actually, K, beta are propagation constants. Beta is propagation constant. K is the propagation constant with respect to refractive index. Similarly, here B is called as after find out the solutions for the transcendental equation. After finding solutions with the transcendental equation, we are concluded two terms. One is V number called as normalized frequency, not ordinary frequency. Similarly, here propagation constant, normalized propagation constant. So normalized propagation constant is given by B. So B is equal to, so beta by K square. So something is here we are given. So please note down this very important expression. So with this we can find some derivations, some problems we can do. So V number and beta is very important terms. Okay, after this, so these are all different normalized frequency versus beta by K. how the normalized frequency will help us. So in step index single mode fiber, by choosing A1, N1 and N2, then for the given V number, if it is, so what we given here, if it is the principle on which the single mode fiber is based, V is less than 2.405, we have the energy is confined to the code. So that we magic number that చెప్పాను మీకు నేను నోట్ చేసుకున్నాను 2.405. Okay, this is how many number of modes are propagating here and the number of degenerative modes ఇన్ని ఉన్నాయి కూడా ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చాం అన్నమాట. సో ఇది ఇందాక నేను చెప్పినట్టుగా now confined coming to the mode field diameter. నేను ఇప్పుడు ముందు చెప్పాను మీకు ఒకసారి అప్పుడు ఏమనంటే మోడ్ ఫీల్డ్ డయామీటర్ ఉంటుంది చూడండి, సిగ్నల్ లాస్ట్ అవ్వకుండా వెళ్ళాలి అని అంటే నౌ దిస్ మోడ్ ఫీల్డ్ డయామీటర్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ దట్. అందుకోసమే మళ్ళీ ఇంకోసారి చూపించాను మోడ్ ఫీల్డ్ డయామీటర్ గురించి. సో ఇందాక మనం అనాలిసిస్ చెప్పినప్పుడు చూడండి స్టార్టింగ్ లో ఎలా చెప్పుకున్నామో అలా అనమాట. సో విత్ దిస్ ఇది ఇంకో రోజు చెప్పుకుందాం. ఇది ఈ పవర్ ఫ్లో అంటే ఫైనల్గా ఏమవుతుందని అంటే ఇందా నేను చెప్పాను మీకు. సో ఫీల్డ్ ఈ అని చెప్పుకుంటా వెళ్ళామండి. సో E is in the form of field. Now the power is coming to picture. So power ఎలా ఉంటుంది అని అంటే జస్ట్ పాయింటింగ్ వెక్టరే. మనం నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో చెప్పుకుందాం. ఇది ఇంకా టైం తర్వాత చెప్పుకుందాము. వెరీ గుడ్. మీరు ఒకసారి క్లాస్ ఏదో మీకు ఉన్నట్టు ఉంది కదా, ఇవాళ దాని గురించి మాట్లాడతాను. ప్లీజ్ లిజన్ టు మీ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. ఇవాళ టిఎన్పి వాళ్ళతో తరపున క్లాస్ ఉంది కదా రాజారావు, ఒకసారి టిఎన్పి నుంచి ఉంది కదా, ప్లీజ్ 3:30కి క్లాస్ పెట్టారన్నారు టిఎన్పి దీపక్. సో అందరూ అటెండ్ అవ్వండి. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ వెరీ హ్యాపీ అండ్ ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్ యూ. మన స్టూడెంట్స్ మొత్తానికి కూడాను వీలుంటే నేను ఒకసారి మీ క్లాస్ టైంలో నేను లాగిన్ అయ్యి ట్రై చేస్తాను. వీలు కానీ మనం కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. ఒకసారి అందరూ చప్పట్లు కొట్టండి, మ్యూట్ ఆఫ్ చేసేసి. ఎవరన్నా 10 మంది కలిసి కొట్టండి రానా. ఎవరన్నా మన స్టూడెంట్స్ 5 కోడ్ బీటా వచ్చింది తెలుసు కదా అట్లీస్ట్. ఎవరు మాట్లాడరే గట్టిగా మరి చప్పలు కొట్టండి ఒకసారి, వినపట్లేదు నాకు. అందరూ కొట్టండి, కనీసం 10 మంది అన్నా కొట్టండి మ్యూట్ ఆఫ్ చేసి. అన్ని ఏమి వినపడతాయో నాకు ఇప్పుడు కొట్టండి. వినపట్ల రాజారావు, నవీన్, అమ్మాయిలు గట్టిగా కొట్టట్లా, వినపట్లా. ఎవరో కొడుతున్నారు. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్ మన పిల్లలు. మనం లాస్ట్ టైం మనకి పోటీ పడ్డాం, మనం కూడా ఒకటి వచ్చింది మనకి కోడ్ బీటాలో. ఈసారి 5 మనం షార్ట్ లిస్ట్ అయ్యారు. సో ఇట్స్ వెరీ వెరీ చాలా హ్యాపీ. రాష్ట్రం భరత్ ఒకటికి వచ్చినట్టు ఉంది. ఈసారి ఆల్రెడీ మనకి త్రివేణి ఒకళ్ళు ఆల్రెడీ రన్నింగ్ లో ఉంది, ఇంకో 5 వచ్చింది. మనం సిఎస్సితో పాటు పోటీగా ఉన్నాము. సో కీప్ ఇన్ టచ్ విత్ దిస్. ఓకేనా? ఎవరన్నా మాట్లాడండి. ఉన్నారు లేరు? రైట్. సరే, వీళ్ళందరూ కూడాను క్లాస్ ఎంతసేపు పెట్టమే కష్టం, వాళ్ళకి 2 గంటలు అన్నారు ఇవాళ. వెరీ గుడ్. అది మీరు 3:30 క్లాసెస్కి అటెండ్ అవ్వండి జాగ్రత్తగా. ఓకే, ఫైన్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. అమ్మా స్వాతి ఉన్నావమ్మా? ఒకసారి అది అటెండెన్స్ అది నోట్ చేయండి. వాళ్ళు చాలా మంది రెగ్యులర్ గా ఉన్నారు, చూడండి ఒకసారి. రైట్. అది 3:30 క్లాస్లోకి టిఎన్పి వాళ్ళని 2 నెలల మంది ఫోన్ చేయండి ఒకసారి. సురేంద్రకి చెప్పండి.